This is the Avengers Assemble Inferno Canon Black Widow. The figure is part of the first wave of the Avengers Assemble. Fully articulated 3 3/4 figures from the cartoon show Avengers Assemble on Disney XD. There you go. Here's some of the figures in the assortment. There are 6 figures in this entire assortment. You got Red Skull, Black Widow, Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, and Falcon. So, on to this figure. This figure is actually very nice. I'm actually very impressed with it. And I'm glad Hasbro, albeit it does not have all the articulation you would want, let's say, from a G.I. Joe figure or a Star Wars figure or whatnot, but it does have better articulation than the movie figures. Not the Black Widow movie figure, but rather the movie figures we've seen of Wolverine, and some of the Avengers figures. Her articulation is not too bad. Let's start with the actual figure itself. Overall, I'm really digging this new Black Widow. She very almost as show accurate as can be. It's a shame they don't have an actual picture of her on the show, but it's close enough. It's a good likeness of how she looks like on the show. Paint apps are fantastic on this one, if you can get one with the right paint apps. But I've seen a lot of Black Widow figures on the shelf, and the main culprit of crappy paint apps are really here on the face. It's the flesh paint bleeding into the dark red burgundy paint of her hair, and vice versa. The paint bleeding into the flesh. The eyes are painted well. The lipstick is a good paint. The only problem I have with it, if you look through several of the figures, is some of the figures have misaligned lipsticks, like this one. Some of the figures have the lipstick too high, some of it too low, and it's usually 1 out of 3 where you get the lipstick painted exactly onto the figure's lips. So it's a bit of a letdown to see, her lipstick painted in other parts of her face, not exactly smack on the lips, but it is Black Widow. And this figure is the first one to go. A lot of collectors are after this one. The next one obviously is Red Skull, and the last one to go is Cap. She comes with this Hydra blaster from the old Captain America movie toy line. And she also has 2 extra missiles. 2 missiles. In case you lose one, you get another one. In case you lose both, well, that's that. She can barely hold this big gun. She doesn't come with a base, which is kind of a shame, but you get what, as you can see, the gun is really weighing her down. It's very difficult for her to hold such a big gun, which is a shame. They should have added some pistols for her. I wouldn't have mind. I really wouldn't mind if they didn't add the holsters, but they've got to have given her some pistols, just so it would be more realistic or more in the likeness of how Black Widow was on the show. Now the mold, before we talk about the mold, takes on, it's really sort of a repaint or a rehashed version of the Avengers, of the Avengers movie Black Widow, which is not bad. I mean, it's a pretty good figure. I actually like that Black Widow figure, Scarlett Johansson. Very nice. And man, she just keeps tipping over. The gun's way too big for her. Yeah, how about that? Let's see her. Swoop in for a better shot. Okay. Here is the Marvel Universe Black Widow. The only one that's missing in this picture is the Toys R Us Avengers Black Widow, which is this body done in shiny glossy black with the head of Jean Grey or Phoenix. So if you missed out on this one and this one, this is not a bad figure to pick up. She's actually pretty cool. She could sit with the Avengers Assemble shelf, or better yet, she could sit, in my opinion, with the Marvel Universe shelf. So it's not too bad. And on to the articulation. She's got a ball jointed neck. No torso articulation, no boob swivel, no waist swivel, no ab crunch, whatever. She's got a ball hinge shoulders, elbows, swivel wrist, sometimes the paint can be stuck. You just need to pull it, and you just need to pull and stick it back in and pull again and stick it back in, and then just until it loosens up. And once it's very loose, you can do all sorts of things in it with it now. So just do that. This one was okay, but this one I really had to tug real hard and put it back in, and just keep inserting it back in, and then just trying to twist it about, and it'll usually snap out. Now, if it's still too tight, it doesn't snap out. Just be gentle with it. Don't force it in. I mean, just because if you twist it too long, it's gonna break. The pin is gonna break. So just be very gentle. Caress it, and just be ready if you don't want your figure broken. Because over here in Manila, these things cost a lot. I mean, they used to just cost something like $11-12. Now you pay what you would normally pay for a deluxe class Transformers figure to get one of these, the Avengers Assemble figures, which just sucks. I mean, man, come on, it's such a small toy. You could easily buy a deluxe class Transformers. You know how big a deluxe class Transformers figure is. I mean, it even comes with a comic book in the Generations line, and about the same amount. Again, with the articulation, ball hinge, hips, thigh swivel. The pivot of the hinge is stuck right up her hip right there, which is a shame because it used the old mode. It's got double jointed knees, ball hinge, ankles with the rocker joints. So very, very nice. Again, it's just a direct repaint of this figure with a new head. I would have to give it, despite all of my mini complaints about the figure, I'd still give it a 10 out of 10 for me. Very, very nice. It's a well executed repaint, redeco of a really awesome figure. And you know, if you're a big fan of the Black Widow, if you're missing a Black Widow from your collection of 3 3/4 figures, this is a very, very good figure to pick up. So there you go, folks. I hope you've enjoyed this video review. If you did, please hit the thumbs up icon on the bottom. Follow me on Twitter for my toy purchases, Keek for my mini toy hauls, Instagram for my local toy sightings here in Manila. I have 2 channels on YouTube, Chefatron and FX France. You want to see reviews? Go to Chefatron. You want to see some of my hauls and vlogs? Go to FX France. This has been the Avengers Assemble Inferno Cannon Black Widow. Thanks for watching.